Good morning. It's pretty early. Oh, it's just about 7. This audio is probably awful. I'm not going to talk for long. It's a windy, gray day. We're supposed to get some storms. I am just out here in the garden trying to get a couple things done before the weather hits. We're also supposed to get a lull in the weather early afternoon. We're hoping we'll get enough rain to soften the ground up, and then this afternoon we can plant some trees. And that's what I'm doing now, is opening this box. Ari, the super dog, is out here. Ari, here. Good boy, paws up. Put your paws up. Here he is. Okay, so I ordered a bunch of stuff. Well, I ordered some trees, and we'll get into that later, but I also ordered these protectors for the trunks of our little fruit trees. We didn't get a ton of damage this winter, but we did get some, and everything was on sale. So I went ahead, but I also ordered these, which seemed promising. It's a small tarp, round, with a hole in it for a tree, to go around the base of our fruit trees, just to make everything look tidier, to make it easier to maintain. So I'm gonna put these down. I'm gonna get some mulch on them. So because of the irrigation lines, which are hard to see, but because of the irrigation lines around all the trees, Chris can't mow. So he hand clipped all of this yesterday. Here's a better example of this is what it usually looks like, because he can't mow over the irrigation lines. They need to be trenched. We just haven't been able to do it. But anyway, I am putting those mulch circles around at the base of the trees hopefully will help with this situation. Okay, so this is the bed for horseradish and gooseberries that my mom and I prepped a couple weeks ago. This is the beginning of the currants. I can't remember which side has black and which side has red currants, but this is one of the sides. They are fruiting like crazy, so that's going to be exciting for plants that have only been in the ground. So I am going to now mulch all of this. Okay, I'm in the Ranger, trying to get out of the wind so I can talk a minute. So we burn pellets for heat. The problem that I have with the pellets is that they come in these really sturdy plastic bags, and it just feels so wasteful to throw them out. We save them, and my plan was to use them here in the garden. We did do that last year. Instead of this poly mulch that we're using this year, we put down, so the currants that I just showed you are an example of where we use the bags and put them down kind of like a quilt. Those never got mulched, but I'm going to do it now. I don't think that it was a successful experiment. So I'm not sure. So that's why I looked into the other options and bought the poly mulch. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. I'm going to mulch over it. Those plants are looking great. I did want to say something about these tree circles that I just did. The correct way to do this would 100% be to remove the sod and put down the tree circle and then put the mulch down. I do not have time for that. You may have gathered, but it's a lot of work to keep this place running, and to keep all the projects moving forward. I mean, moving slowly, but still moving. It's a lot. So my preference is always to smother the grass where possible. If this doesn't work, we'll have to redo it. I don't know. If anybody watches this, they might say like, I told you so, a year from now when I'm redoing it. But but this is what I have the energy and time for now. Also, I definitely have mentioned this before, but our soil here is extremely rocky. It is, if like, you can stick a shovel in the ground and stand on it all day long and it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's almost like you need a pickaxe to get to get a tree planted, which is why I'm not doing them right now, which is why we're waiting on Chris. So, okay, I'm going to load the back of the Ranger up with mulch, and then I'm going to get spreading over here, and then maybe see if I can start rolling out some of the poly mulch on the other current plants. This windy weather is not ideal for that at all. I had trouble with these little tree circles, but we'll see if I can devise a system that where the mulch gets down quick enough that the poly mulch doesn't fly away. Look at the dog. Ari, load up. Can you see him? There he is. Load up. Good boy. Here he is. Here at the new farm, the dog's right. The dog's right on the front seat. Buddy, can you help me? We need to get a pie bar left back. Will you go get it for me? Pussy me over. Good morning. It's it's the Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend, so that I think makes it the 28th. I already wrote the date on a document this morning. I should have been able to remember. Anyway, I am just out here. I wanted to talk a little bit about the weekend. The bad news is I haven't been feeling great. I think the pollen, all the pollen in the air and everything is giving me some migraines. Sunday I spent the whole day in bed. People don't know a lot about migraine, but it causes a headache. It can cause a very severe headache in cases, but it also has a host of other associated symptoms. One of them is what I'm going to call extreme fatigue, where I am unable to string two words together, and that is not an exaggeration. Those are the worst days for me for sure. This was not that, but I still was, also I'm tired. I'm feeling better now, but just tired from lambing. So I am just out here in the barn for a quick peek in on everybody and to refill the milk machine. Our lambs are all looking so grown up. Okay, this guy, in my head, I call him Eddie Munster. I'm not sure if you can see why. A low hairline on this one. He looks like a Easter chocolate lamb. We have a number of escaped lambs over here.
Little Edie, you're drawing little Edie into that.
Oh, there's little Edie.
Yeah, she came back.
Hi, Mama.
I said her name and she was like,
Hi, Mama. Are you hungry?
is it? Oh, no, that's not Ram. Ramlet.
Where is the ramlet? What? We had a traffic jam. Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh, you guys are so beautiful. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. You don't want any petting? Just like a little bit of petting? Just, no? None? Do you want some petting? This is what happens when you're so hungry. This is the ramlet and the bummer lamb, in case you were wondering. This is little Edie. She's hungry. Oh, it's almost her turn. Oh, no, they're not done. They're just going for seconds in the untwisted state. And Edie's gonna bite my pants. My appropriate footwear for the barn. Okay, I better get on my chores. Oh no, here, I gotta get Edie drinking first. Are you guys done? Okay, you gotta back up. Let's give Edie a turn. She hungry. Look at her. There. There she goes. She's on the milk now. Waiting for the restaurant to open. This guy sneaked through for first dibs. Oh no, they're all figuring it out. Okay, I gotta put the camera down. Right. There we go. Oh, hello, baby. Hello. Do you want some milk? I can get you fixed right up. These ladies coming over to say hello. Everybody's biting my pants. My bestie. Yeah. Do you want some scratches too? I know, Mama. I know I'm in here all the time, but you have the only cuties left. Everybody else is turning into big monsters. Hello. It is it's Wednesday, May 29th. It's about 3 in the afternoon. I'm just here in the barn to refill the milk, and then I was going to do a couple of things in the garden that I wanted to try and film. It's another pretty brisk, breezy day. I'm gonna look. My guess is that the wind is about 5 miles an hour, and I'm gonna check. Oh, it's actually 9.6. So yeah, it's pretty windy. So I have my little mic on, and maybe you'll be able to understand me, but you'll also be able to listen to me breathe heavily, which is a wonderful bonus. I'm gonna head into the barn with this milk. Okay. Milk machine. Hi guys. This milk machine has totally saved us this year, but I cannot lie. I am ready to be done with it. Okay, so since we're not heating the milk anymore, I'm just putting this Cambro container in there. Fewer things to clean. Also, we need our salad bowls back. Here's my hungry babies. This is a Foster. This is the Bummer Lamb. That's little Edie. And the Ramlet is looking wistfully away. The Ramlet, I think he's really good at drinking on his own. He rarely drinks when I'm out here. He's grown, fully grown. Okay, milk's ready. My friends left. They're gone. The lamb lounge is empty. They might have been looking for this. I didn't fill the U water when I was out here earlier because Chris bought us one of those annoying expandable hoses. And it takes forever. I don't know what the inner diameter on that is, but like, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. It takes forever. And if you put too much pressure through it, it squirts around. You know, I'm trying to get work done. I got raging case of ADD here. Like, I don't have time. Okay, so here we've got some takers at the milk bar. There's the Bummer Lamb. Here's a Foster. Here's little Edie. Here's, oh, not a bottle baby. Yeah. Oh, the Ramlet. Oh no, that's a Foster that's on the milk now. All right, here we are, me and Freckles. I do sometimes give her some of the creep feed because I am such a sucker for her. Here she is. She's just hoping that I have some feed, but I don't. Yeah, sad for her. Sad for her. Well, I have you turned around this way. We can do, oh, hello, sweetie. There's gorgeous Edie. There's the Ramlet. The Ramlet. Hi, baby. Hi. Yeah, can you see your little tail going? Do you need pets? Oh, you do. She needs a full rub down. She needs a full rub down. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Back to the water bucket. Here's these guys. Here is these guys. Looking good. Their mama's looking good. Almost a week old tomorrow morning. There's all the naughtiness in the non-sheep area. What are you gonna do? Okay, so I have a plan right now to take this bucket, which is a 15-gallon, and put it in the back of our machine. So these buckets we use for mixing mineral, but this is also how we get water out to the ewes when they're on pasture. We have 2 of them. Last year we put them in the trailer. We have a little quad trailer. We put them in the trailer, we fill them up, we drive them out to the trough, and we dump them. That works great, but we have a new machine. So I'm gonna try it on the new machine. So, okay, so here's the new machine. It's Polaris Ranger 4-seater. And it has a little dump bed, just a manual dump bed, not anything too spectacular. So I'm just gonna take the bucket and give everything a water. One thing that watering them ensures is that it will rain. Okay, so this is the rhubarb bed, starting with the one successful plant. We planted these from here down last year. They're not doing great, right? These are 1 or 2 year old crowns that we bought and then put in, and they're kind of barely hanging on. And then one right here didn't come up at all. So this is a new one from this year. You can kind of tell that the leaves are a little darker and more crinkly compared to the variety that we planted last year, which is Victoria. So there's one. I might take some stalks off that. I don't know, just for Okay, so because I'm from Michigan and we must have as much rhubarb as possible, we also planted this bed, which is all rhubarb. So this is not just for me, this is to share with my family. I think a rabbit took this one. This gap right here is where the gravel path should be. And when I stand on that path, it should line up with the bowl and the other path. And then here we are in the vegetable or kitchen garden quadrant. So this long skinny bed is all raspberries. So eventually we'll have to build supports for these to keep them upright and relatively contained. There's a bunch of different varieties in here. Some are going to be early fruiting and some are late. So that explains why some are looking like this and why some are looking like this. There's 3 new plants in here. There's one at the end. And then I think there's another one. Oh, is this it? Yeah. My one complaint about this side by side is it has the turning radius of a bus. I had to do a 44-point turn to get in here. I'm not watering everything. I'm just watering the freshly planted stuff. Everything that was planted last year is pretty well established and mulched for the most part. And we have been getting consistent rain. So, the shed is a disaster. I don't know if you ever... Disaster. We just basically open the doors now and throw things in. Okay, I'm going to cut asparagus here. Okay, so we'll stop cutting soon. I think the bed is definitely slowing down. Okay, so it's definitely a smaller bunch than we had been getting. So what happens usually by mid-June, I feel like it's happening early this year because it's been so hot. The asparagus will start to grow more slowly, and you can see that the end, is this a flower? It starts to spread out, where like in other, here's a good example. This one grew relatively quickly, and you can tell because the end is a nice tight cluster, where this one grew more slowly because the end is spread out like this. So they're starting to grow more slowly. When you stop harvesting them, they will fern out like this. So then for the rest of the year, they'll just grow into this like mountain of beautiful ferny leafy amazingness. And that will put all of the energy into the roots for next year. Asparagus in general is a pretty heavy feeding vegetable, and especially planted as tightly as we have it in here. I'm sure this much asparagus on a market garden farm would be spread much further out. We are applying the square foot gardening principle here to most things. And The reason that I hope that we can get away with it is because we have so much compost. At the end of last season, we cut this all back. After it had died back, we cut it all down and we added 6 inches of composted hay and manure from the sheep operation, 6 inches. And then this spring, we added the mulch to keep the weeds down. And that's how the bed looks like this now. This whole garden lark is just because I love food. I don't love gardening. I don't do a ton of research on like how things are supposed to be grown. I kind of just get it in the ground, and if it's successful, great. Didn't I say? Windy. So anyway, I am done picking asparagus. We're gonna keep going with the tour. Okay, so asparagus bed. You can see what it's looking like at this time of year. More ferns. Okay, so this bed is filled with soil, and we filled it with soil and then covered it last year to smother any weeds that came along with that soil. This is meant to be planting annuals, and the same with this next bed. Annuals, things like cucumbers and tomatoes and herbs and anything else that strikes my fancy. And then this next bed here is strawberries. So we even have some baby strawberries. Like here's one right here. Isn't that gorgeous? Very soon we'll be rich in strawberries. So this, oh look, I'm pointing. This is my pointer. This is one of the fruit tree quadrants. So here, these are dwarf apples here. This is a new apple, one of the ones we just planted. Right behind it is a bush cherry, and that's another apple. And then way in the back, that skinny one right there, that's another new apple. So along this side right here, we have horseradish, and then we have blackberries, and then those big ones at the end are black currants, yeah. And then here you can see the centerpiece, and then there's the other quadrant with more apple trees. So I do, like, we just put this, the white tubing around the little trunks to protect them from the rabbits, but I kind of feel like it looks nice. It makes the trees stand out a little bit, makes the garden look more like an intentional thing. Okay, so this is how the blackcurrant side of the hedge looks now. It was this past weekend that my mom and I, well, I think on this side it was just me, got the plastic and the mulch down over, so hopefully these guys will really get growing this year. The plastic is narrower than what we had originally planned, and so that's why I've moved these fence posts in. So these ones that haven't been moved onto the plastic are just so embedded in the dirt, in this, there it is, in the weeds. I couldn't get them out on my own, and I needed to go get a pry bar, and I just didn't. So anyway, these need to be bumped back onto the plastic, and it'll give it a nice finished look. I thought it looked like that now. I forgot about this. Anyway, so I'll have to do a nicer garden tour later. Just kidding. There'll never be a nicer garden tour. Here I am walking back toward the center of the garden. These little sticks, it's hard to see, those are blackberries. And then there's a gap here with room to plant something. And then down here, which you can't see, is all horseradish. Nothing has emerged yet. You are not horseradish. And then here's a new apple tree. We planted 2 of the same. They're Cortland. Okay, so there's the center right where I was. Everything beyond the path there, that is the black currants, and then this side is red currant. And then we get here to the worst part of the garden. We ran out of mulch. So I wasn't able, this is the fabric we used, the poly mulch. I wasn't able to finish this section this weekend. I'm not sure if I would have anyway. I just was kind of running out of steam. But just to protect the new plants that we wanted to put here as a temporary measure, we put this section. These are gooseberries. Look how thorny they are. Gooseberry, I don't think we grow them commonly in the US, but they're a sweet berry with a tart skin. And then here are some sad little blueberries. There's another one. I can't believe they survived the winter, but so yeah, so they have tree circles around them just as a temporary measure, and then at some point we'll get this bed poly mulched and regular mulch just like the rest of it. Okay, so everybody has a little bit of water. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Yeah, if it doesn't rain this afternoon when we do our last chores tonight, I'll top these plants up. Okay, so this is the view of the garden from a different corner. Now I'm in this corner, which shows the two sort of fruit tree orchards. All right, future Trisha here to close out this video. Oh, I haven't been awake long. You can hear it in my voice. Yeah, if you made it through this video, thank you so much. This was a rough one with the wind. Also, I really struggle getting, good footage of the garden. As it fills in, it's gonna look more like something, but that's a pretty slow process. Yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll try to do better on these garden videos in the future. Also, my little microphone with the mufflet, which is actually called a windscreen, Chris tells me, it didn't do a great job. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll try to do better next time.